So one of the fundamental rights in America is the right to own property, right? Team Biden's Democrat Party is no longer respectful of an individual's right to own property, and the proof is in their all-out quest to take that property from you, from guns to your money, certain books, and of course there's your freedoms they want too. The first 4 months of this administration has undertaken the most oppressive quest to steal from you. Case in point is the unknown Assistant Treasury Secretary nominee, Lily Batchelder, an NYU professor who has written papers supporting a tax policy where the government taxes, are you ready for this? Your potential earnings, not your actual earnings. Taxing you on how much money you could make, not how much money you do make. This is who Joe Biden wants to oversee the IRS.
These disparities are heavily skewed by race. So in order to address these systemic inequalities, we need to do a lot of things, but a vital component is changing tax policy.
Well, she didn't say any of that in the hearing, and Republicans didn't ask about this radical policy, but we found her own research, papers where she suggests determining people's potential earnings and tax them on that. How do you come up with your potential earnings? Well, according to Batchelder, you use race, of course, gender, where people live, their education, IQ, personality type, height, and so much more. This week, she hinted at all that at a hearing you probably never even knew happened.
Tax revenues fund many of our critical social programs. Tax benefits can curtail or exacerbate our disparities by income, wealth, race, ethnicity, gender, and geography.
You see what she says there? Disparities with wealth. It's all about wealth redistribution with her and, of course, Joe Biden and his team. None of them have any regard for the fact that wealth creators are also the job creators. But in Biden's America, where government provides all the jobs, wealth creators, entrepreneurs are no longer needed. And America becomes a dark society with no ingenuity, no risk takers, just worker bees. And that, of course, is when, well, mediocrity sets in. It's also when uprisings will start to break out as the people realize they've been duped and now want their freedom back.
Now to your question. With respect to the AR-15, I support a ban as has been presented in a Senate bill and supported by the president.
An AR-15 ban. That's some of the freedoms they're coming for. So to stop potential uprisings from people who are angry about their freedoms being snatched away, right? Uprisings against an overreaching government, there is no more important property to be seized by Democrats than your guns. David Chipman, the man offered up to lead the ATF, is an anti-gun zealot. In his world, Joe Biden's world, every gun should be illegal. The goal is to overregulate firearms to the point that they turn all of you, law-abiding Americans, into lawbreakers, simply for possessing property all of you once purchased legally.
And ATF in that program has defined an assault rifle as any semi-automatic rifle capable of accepting a detachable magazine above the caliber of .22, which would include a .223, which is, largely the AR-15 round.
I'm amazed that that might be the definition of assault weapon. That would basically cover every single modern sporting rifle in America today.
Yes, it would, Senator Cotton. So what that means is they're coming for all of your guns. What is so sad is that the blind liberal zombies who follow the lead of congressional Democrats do not see America disappearing before their eyes. Reality is gone. Common sense is a thing of the past. And Joe Biden's government is now training Americans to be lazy. They're doing it with handouts, stimulus checks. Far too many people in this nation do not understand. Once the government takes the rich people's money and controls all of your money, once it has your guns and your freedom to speak, once that's lost, all of you all of us, are weak. There isn't much more we can do to stop the tyranny, which is what they want. Unchecked and unfettered power over all of you, and be damned if you don't go along with it.
Even my Republican friends in Congress, not a single one of them voted for the rescue plan. I'm not going to embarrass any one of them, but I have here a list.
See, they think it's all so funny. A list of Republicans who are not voting for his absurd multi-trillion-dollar radical wish list. That the veiled threat, it's what it is, you pull out a list, it's a veiled threat of a tyrant who knows he's got lots of power and backup, thanks of course to big tech as well. A willing and necessary partner control what information you see, what information you spread. Big tech will ultimately give the government the ability to track your every move through Google searches, social media posts, and yes, even geo-tracking. They're already doing it. This Big Brother society that encompasses everything that I spelled out, taking your money, your property, your guns, tracking you, it isn't years away. It's just months away. Some of it's happening now, but we can stop it. Until we take control back of Congress, okay, the battle needs to be waged in the courtroom. Conservatives need to exploit the slow crawl of justice to put a halt to the anti-freedom, anti-American agenda. Because right now, the Constitution, courts, may be our only protection from the evil creep of communism led by Team Biden.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.